The thing that I've always wondered about is if we knew about this 105 or 106 years ago, because of Rudolf Diesel burning peanut oil in his diesel engine at the Paris World's Fair in 1900. How come it stopped? How come this wasn't advanced? Dumb question. I think it's Rockefeller and Morgan, probably.
The amount of fuel pumped from the ground and the amount of highways built and airports built and all of that to make possible this marvelous transportation that we have has been very demanding on the resources of the earth.
This gasoline nozzle is every bit as much a symbol of addiction as a hypodermic syringe filled with heroin. We Americans use something like 20 million barrels of oil every day. It's the lifeblood of our modern economy. Not only does it power our cars and trucks, but modern industrial agriculture as well. Where would we be without this stuff?
This is truly a revolutionary act. This is like the Boston Tea Party. This is rebellion. This is the part of me that says, fuck you, corporations. You know what? I don't need you. I can do this on my own. Can I check that oil for you? How about doing your windshields?
Sure, it's a war for oil. Bush started it. He knew where he was at when it started. He knew it was fighting for our oil, and that's what he is. He's an oil man. He's not a president.
We've just got to gear up for the future. We can't just wait around and hope things will change. We've got to do it ourselves. We can't wait.
Well, they say it's supposed to be a cheaper form, and they don't have to mine into the earth to get it. So, and we don't have to rely on the Arabs either, we can make our own grease.
We, of course, have opted for the fossil fuels, but there's no reason to opt for the fossil fuels. Basically, whatever ends up in the deep earth are these things which probably nature had a reason for putting in the deep earth. So the major shift that we're going to have to make is if we want to get renewable resources for our energy requirements, let's find out what are the ones that are available in a renewable fashion as well. Because burning is final. Once you burn it, it doesn't come back right away.
So basically I've been using biodiesel for about 6 months now, and I bought this car just so I could use the biodiesel. I went from having a truck that got about 15 miles to the gallon. My other car is a scooter which gets about 50 to 55 miles to the gallon. So this one gets about 30 miles to the gallon-ish. I feel better because I'm making a difference, even if it's a small difference. I'm making a market change. I'm putting my money into the market, kind of that's affecting the direction that it'll go. The impact on the environment is extreme. It's crucial. It's not using foreign oil, especially living in the city. A little biodiesel car is the way to go.
The only way we're going to have alternate fuels is to have high-priced diesel and gas, and that's going to force somebody to do something. If they want to stop it, then the oil companies will lower the price down to nothing again, and then everybody get lackadaisical again, and that's what happened.
At the end of the day, what we're trying to do is come up with a fuel that can be burned which is renewable and not as detrimental to the environment as diesel fuel, which both biodiesel and vegetable oil fall into that category. Both are a renewable resource, both are made from products that are currently in the carbon cycle, and both are far less polluting than typical diesel fuel or gasoline engines.
You know, to us as Americans, it's a dark black secret. You know, you put the nozzle in there, you hear something, you smell something, but you don't see anything. It's magic. And you put your credit card in there and it takes money out of your account, and then you turn the key and go. It's, you know, we have no idea.
Something in my head went off and said, this is it. As soon as I saw those first couple slides on his PowerPoint, I was hooked. It just got me. Something went off in my mind saying, this is it. This is the next adventure. It makes sense in my life and what I'm interested in and what I've done and what I want to do. So this is the next chapter, is this biodiesel thing.
So biodiesel is made by reacting vegetable oil with methanol in the presence of a catalyst, potassium hydroxide. Once you react the methanol and the vegetable oil, what you have is a crude methyl ester. It's not quite biodiesel yet. It doesn't turn into biodiesel until it meets the specifications, the testing specifications, and in order to do that, we send the biodiesel through a wash process.
I like the process. I like all the stuff that needs to be done. I mean, because it's a bit of alchemy-like. It really is. It's one of those things. Lead into gold. And it is. I mean, look at the gold. And you take that crummy old oil and then you end up with this liquid gold.
Every time we make good fuel, it feels good that we are on the right track, that we are pioneering the biodiesel effort and showing people that you can make this stuff from a waste vegetable oil source, make it ASTM certified, and have your fuel that you've made today ready in 15 days for on-road sales.
I'd love it to be a cottage industry, but it needs to be big. There's 61 billion gallons of diesel fuel going to be used in the United States. There were 78 million gallons generated of biodiesel last year. That's not even close to what we need to do. So we got a long way to go.
It's basically go to work for Seattle Biodiesel or go to work for Shell. And I chose the right option, I think. I probably would have been making a little bit more money with Shell, but you know, you can't buy me you can't buy my soul is what it comes down to. So I gotta do something for the soul, and this is definitely it. But it's crazy to think of where we come from, and really what's even crazier to think about is where we're going. We get our rail cars in from the Midwest. Right at this moment, we're buying from a South Dakota company. This is soybean oil. We bring it in 25,000 gallon rail cars at $2.30 a gallon. It becomes quite expensive. It is by far the main cost in biodiesel. Over 66% of the cost is feedstock. If you can find a cheaper feedstock that has better qualities or the same qualities as soybean oil, we will use it. That is where canola comes into play.
I would rather see 20 million small community production facilities all over our country than to see 20 biodiesel production facilities making 30 to 50 million gallons each and then carting that biodiesel all over the country using diesel fuel.